Hello everyone, Zellerant here, and today Astra Yao has come out for Zenless Zone 0, so I thought I'd kind of give my thoughts on whether or not you should pull over her. Now, I'm not going to go into depth into her kit or anything, as I know there's already plenty of people that have already done that and been able to show it with in-game and how it all works. So just kind of my thoughts on whether or not she's a higher priority or not for most people to pull. It's going to kind of be similar to my Miyabi video that I had done before, and then right after that, I'm actually going to just build in my polls for her, because I do plan to pull her myself, and I don't really have time to do a stream for that, so I thought I might as well just combine both of these into a single video, and so we'll kind of go with it with that. Now, if we look in the game, she has just released, so if you actually go in here, you can see that if you want to actually try her out, you can always do the demo that they have. It's right here. And so you can actually test her out with that. It'll kind of give you the breakdown of her skills and all that. The big thing with her, and the reason I'm going to say she's the closest thing to a must pull in this game for pretty much anybody. The biggest reason being is she's going to be the first limited support unit coming out. And based on everything I can see within her skills, she has a little bit of everything that you kind of want for your teams. The big thing being she actually is like the first unit that can heal outright. And then she provides buffs that can pretty much benefit any team, whether it's going to be a Xian team, which is an attack team like what I have on the attack side, or your anomaly teams. Pretty much every single team can benefit from her. One thing that you can kind of see is like a positive and a negative, is in that she should work in just about every team. You can throw her anywhere. She's a great support. She's our first limited support. I mean, we have the standard support, especially the 5-star. But the big thing is she can fit in anywhere. Now, the negative with that is almost certainly as we get more supports in the future, they're going to be more specifically catered to specific teams. And so we can expect her to be fairly easily power crept for specific teams as more support units come out in the future. And so it'll kind of depend on the teams you have now. But the great thing about a generic unit right now is that you can throw her in any team. And that's why I'm going to say I think just about anybody should pull over her. She's a very high priority in that aspect. She's going to last quite a long while for anybody playing this game. And that's going to be even when we get future supports that may be better positioned for specific teams. Like I'm expecting there to be a dedicated ice DPS or an ice support that's going to work with the Miyabi team, or one that might work better in the Ellen team, or you might have a better either support in the future, which I expect either to be the farthest away. You might have a dedicated fire. You might have other dedicated fire supports that'll work better with their teams. But someone that can fit in any team is going to be really good right now, just because as we get more units in the future, you can start filling out your teams, and then she can just be a gap filler. This team doesn't have a good support unit. Astra Yao can do it. And that is the main reason I am going to be pulling for her today, is that I like those units that are going to be in that harder to replace or even power creep. Because you're always going to have new DPS come out, but supports, it's going to take a bit longer. Now, if we can take Honkai Star Rail as any example of how they power creep them, even some of the original first supports that came out for that game are in the same scenario. Now we're starting to see our first real kind of power creep over older units in Honkai Star Rail, and that's going about 2 years into it, but that's just the nature of how these games work. But even with that, the older units still work quite well. And if you're one of those people that wants to start saving up in the future, like what I kind of done with Honkai Star Rail is now, since I have my fully built teams, I kind of pick and choose who I want, so I can actually get the light cones in Honkai Star Rail. I feel like that's going to be this game. Once you have all your built up teams, which Astra Yao can fit really well into, down the line in the future, you can be a lot more picky on the units you pick up, because you already have units that can fill that role. And then it makes it a lot easier to build your teams to beat the content. And so overall, a great unit to get, and definitely one I'm going to be pulling right now. So we'll go ahead and take a look at my current pulls that I have here. So if we go up here. Now, if you watched me before when I was streaming for the Miyabi pulls, I did go over her M2 and I did do a lot of the top-ups. But even after that, overall, on the last one, I've pretty much got enough pulls to do I think I'm just about, and that's my cat's kind of wanting lots of pets here, but I'm just basically right at the ability to get the soft pity and see if we hit her. And so I do not have guarantee if we look at the details here. So let's see, search history. And so Miyabi was literally the last one that I got on here for her M2. And so I am literally at 0 pity. So we're going to go ahead and just start our pulls here and see if we can get lucky. I'm really hoping I can get early because I kind of have some understanding or seen some potential, what some potential units coming up are going to be. Now, I will be skipping Everlyn, and I'll be doing a video on that in the future on who she'll be good for. But units after her on the next ones, based on what I've seen, are going to be potential must pickups and multiple units. So I'm hoping I can finally get lucky in this game for once, because this is I've been fairly unlucky on the 50-50s in this game. So let's kind of just get over that and let's start. And so we're at 90 searches for the guarantee, but we should hit soft pity or basically close to guaranteeing it around the 75 mark. So let's go ahead and do our first 10 pull here. Come on, let me get an early one for once in this game. I was a lot luckier in Honkai Star Rail than I've been in this. So nothing good here. And hit the A right at the end too. Now, I don't really need anything on the A side of things, so don't really care about either of these units. So it's just straight going for her. So that's 10 pulls. Let's go for 20. All right, a couple more A's. So getting the A's early. All right, nothing good there. All right, 30. Come on, let's get an early one. This feels like it's going slow. Nope, nothing good there either. Another 2 A's. I mean, at least the good thing about A's is they go towards more pulls because you get that extra currency for it. So this is 40. Man, I'm already pretty low. This is going slow. Just 1 A there. All right. 50. I mean, I should hit soft pity. Okay, we got it early. Holy crap. All right. So, what is that? 40. That's like 3 pulls in. Come on. I've got to get lucky for once. I lost the last 2 50-50s on Miyabi. And I lost her weapons 75-25. I think it's this next one, based on where it was on the TVs. There we go. Alright, that worked out perfect. Alright, 1 of 50-50. That makes up for the loss on the Miyabis. Now, I don't plan to go over her weapon or anything. I'm just going to wait till we see the announcements or the drops on who's going to be coming up next from the Hoyoverse themselves. There isn't even leaks on the next characters yet, so it's kind of even hard to make a decision on if I would want to pull some of her dupes. But seeing as she is a generic deep support that's going to work with just about anyone, to me, I don't think, if you're going to go over dupes on anyone, I think she's an easier skip on that, at least for now. Maybe potentially in the future on a rerun after we've seen what other supports come out. But overall, that is pretty good. So that leaves me with 4,000. So what is that? I think just about 30 pulls, just under 30 pulls there that are left. Plus I have the currency that I got here. So with another 10. Okay, so I'm at about 40 pulls. So overall, not too bad. All right, we got her in 50. We got her early. I think this is the luckiest I've been in this game so far. Not had as good of luck as I've had in Honkai Star Rail. So, but overall, a good day there. And she's going to fit really well with my... And now she'll work really well with my Miyabi team, but my Miyabi team just decimates everything at this point. That Miyabi will not be using her. It'll actually be my Zhuyang team. I'm going to go that full other team. And that way, with her and Nicole, or maybe just moving out Nicole and maybe going with another one, like I can use Abby with her. Just something to get that other anomaly hits, even if it's not much. It's always going to be great. But yeah, overall, a good day. I got my one another 50-50. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you like my content, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, it really helps. And thanks for watching.